I've got a friend coming over today to help me put the timing belt kit, which you can see there, into the S4. So I've gone ahead and taken the lights, bumper and everything off. That's probably him messaging me now. And we're going to go ahead and fit water pump, timing belt, seals, tensioners, bearings, drive belt, all of that good stuff that you can see there is going to go in today. It was at this time that I realized that I had my digital SLR mic turned on smartphone and not on camera. So the next little bit of video will essentially be me doing a voiceover. So you can see Jesse here going hell for leather and ripping the whole front end apart. Something that he is quite adept at doing. He's done this many times before. Been playing around with these Audis for the better part of a decade, I would say. Now with the radiator support and the radiator condenser core and everything off, there's a heap of access now to the front of the engine, which is basically essential to do any major servicing, timing belts and anything alternator, water pump, etc. So a number of tools are used in this process, and there will be stuff everywhere in your garage. Once you've got everything off and pulling the timing covers off, you can see that this actually is quite a good condition belt. The bearings and everything like that had actually been replaced at some point in time, but this engine is notorious for snapping these and bending valves. So of course, whilst you've got it apart, you may as well replace it. You can see there with the specialized tool to lock the cams together to make sure that you get perfect timing when you're replacing the belt once they've got tension on them. That's actually a specialized Audi tool. You can buy them online. And see all of these pieces that you've replaced. Now the seals were basically destroyed upon removal. A handful of parts there still need to go back on the car, but it's back together now and sitting outside. It's running. We've gone around the block and it's perfectly fine, timed up perfectly. VCDS confirms that everything's correct from a timing perspective, and it boosts fine. You can see me waving my hands there doing something, but again, without the audio to back up this video, I have no idea what I'm actually talking about. So I'm going to go ahead now and finish just cleaning up everything generally, giving it a bit of a degrease. Dirty handprints are all over everything, and just tidy it all up before screwing it all back together. As mentioned before, we've gone through, replaced the accessory belt, the drive, the timing belt, the water pump, thermostat, bearing tensioner, an idler bearing, and a handful of seals that are around the front crank seals, the camshaft seals, etc. So you can see that this was probably the source of that leak, being quite a perished thermostat O-ring. The thermostat housing was also a plastic item, which I believe Jesse replaced with the aluminium version from the earlier model 2.7, which is an odd way to go backwards, but the plastic ones are notorious for cracking, so he had a spare aluminium one which he ended up using for me as well, so cheers for that. So S4 was registered. Haven't really driven it much. To be honest, I've been driving the R36 a fair bit. But yeah, look, I've actually had an offer on the car. I sort of tentatively put it up for sale because I did have a few bites on like, oh, you know, Nog Blue, S4, Avant, because there's not a hell of a lot of them around. Especially now with the airbag recall, which this one is not a part of, thankfully, being a 01 or an 01.5. But yeah, look, it is what it is, I suppose. I've gone, yeah, sure, if you want it, make an offer. So, you know, herein lies the conundrum. Should I sell it? Should I keep it? Should I build something else? Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, fun and games. Alright, so the deal is done. We're taking the S4 to its new owner.
In 2 kilometers.
You can probably hear the directions going in the background there, but yeah, we're dropping it off now. The weather is pretty terrible outside, but it's probably one of the longest trips I've actually driven this thing for. Was literally the last few days just going around and getting a few minor things sorted on it. I needed to plug in the VCDS, the actual real tool, just to have a bit of a look-see at why the airbag light was on. Turns out that it was stored in the long-term memory in the ECU, and my OBD11 couldn't clear that. Now, the reason why that actually existed was because I've had the interior in and out, the seat.
Use the left lane to
disconnected. Starting the car, running the car, moving it around my place. It basically didn't agree with not having airbags connected to it. So when I connected it all up and everything, I didn't even notice it. So anyway, that's all sorted out. All the systems checked out. Yeah, it's a good solid car now. There's a few mechanical issues that
take the exit, then
you know, being the timing belt, water pump, all of that stuff.
Use the right lane to keep.
Regardless, peace of mind anyway. So yeah, got all that sorted out. No engine leaks, no coolant leaks. Sorry, no oil leaks, no coolant leaks. Things running like an absolute dream. Bit of a shame to sell it, really, but you know, when somebody comes up with the right offer, that's, you know, hey, everything's got a price. So anyway, hopefully it'll be a good period of trouble-free motoring for
in 7 kilometers.
I'm pretty sure he's a bit of an enthusiast. He obviously realises how rare these cars are in Australia. At the time of recording this, there is, I think 3, 2 of which, one of mine is, 2 of which don't have the airbag recall currently issued. Mine being the 01, 1.5, whatever you want to call it. It was, yeah, complied in 02, but build date was the end of 01, so whatever date that actually makes it. But anyway, it's got the motor with the rear O2 sensors and the refreshed one. I'm sure you've seen all the videos before you've clicked on this one. But yeah, so it's definitely a sought after car and combination here in Australia, being the Avant, you know, the later model ones, sport mirrors, all the good mechanical bits that weren't really that common on the earlier models. So yeah, it's a good solid car, good car. Honestly, just to finish it off for me, it could use an exterior repaint, essentially, like a closed door respray. There's some, you know, clear fading on the roof and bumpers and things like that, but, you know, holistically, if you had the whole thing resprayed, it would just be $1 million. I would have liked to finish the interior as far as, you know, colour matching the seats, black leather, and then the you know, beige leather. You know, never got around to finishing that. but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, this will be the last video on the B5, so off to its new owner to pass the torch over, so to speak, continue the tradition of B5 life. So best of luck with it, and yeah, hopefully he enjoys it as much as I did.